Dream trip through Europe with her friends. From the majestic Eiffel Tower in Paris to the historic streets of Rome, every moment is magical. But disaster strikes. Emily drops her phone, thinking she's lost all her precious photos and videos. Panic sets in. Then she remembers GotBackup. Every memory is safely stored in the cloud. Emily gets a new phone, logs into GotBackup, and there they are. Every photo, every video, every memory perfectly intact. Thanks to GotBackup, Emily's adventure is truly unforgettable.
You know, it's funny. Every time I see Emily's video, I think of my daughter who's actually in France right now, posting pictures on Instagram and everything else. That's so much fun. Well, folks, welcome. Great to see you here this evening. It's absolutely an absolute pleasure to see you all. Thank you for joining in. So, Tammy, let's begin by sharing with the audience here. How do we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, first of all, I just wanted to welcome everybody to tonight's session. And Chris and I were introduced to GotBackup, which is under the umbrella of Global Virtual Opportunities, which is the parent company. And the owner of that is Joel Terrier. Chris and I have known him for 25 plus years, you know, watching the kids grow up. And now we got grandkids and all that fun, cool stuff. And he created a lot of success building tools for people to leverage, businesses to leverage for online. And we were one of his clients many, many years ago. And we're going to share that within the story. So when he contacted Chris and I about GotBackup, and this is almost 3 years ago, what he didn't know is Chris and I were thinking, oh my gosh, we should add a digital product because we're entrepreneurs. We've been building business for many, many, many years internationally through the network marketing space. Plus, we do other entrepreneur business as well. And when we saw the GotBackup project, we were like, oh my gosh, we got to be part of this. Everybody is using data storage, number one, and it's the only data storage business that actually pays you. So that was another huge aha. And the fact that because it is digital, it is global, right? So there was many factors that came in play. And of course, Joel, we trust him. We've been doing business with him for years. So yeah, so it's been really, really exciting. And again, welcome everybody to tonight's session.
Yes, it's nice to see everybody from Austria, Canada, US, and from all over the world.
Worldwide,
Philippines,
it's fun.
lots and lots
Florida,
and lots of fun.
yes.
This is what's fun with GotBackup is we are worldwide. It's a digital service and it's an easy transition. It's an easy cost to start. And in fact, we saw where people can be empowered, families can be empowered from all over the world. And the other thing too is we're not creating a new division. Let me rephrase that. We created a new division within the realm of the home-based business. And that's what's so exciting because there's no cloud storage businesses that are actually offering you this kind of compensation plan. And my question to you is, why are you here? We know that times are changing. We know the economy, you know, could be a little challenging for many. And what if there is an option that you can consider to make extra money because you deserve to live the life that you want to live opposed to the life that you have to live because you deserve it. And this is what we want to talk to you about this evening.
Yeah, I don't think any household can live on a one income stream anymore. Time, like Chris said, times are changing and people are looking for opportunity. So Chris and I, we've always been, and still, obviously, we show up every week to make sure that you're all getting informed on how this business works. But it's all about empowering families and helping them generate another income stream over and above what they're already doing, so that they can take that profit and turn it into passive. And that's something that Chris and I have been doing for so many years, and we absolutely love helping people.
I totally agree with that. It's been one of our passion. In fact, we actually wrote a book on it called the Freedom Formula, Breaking the Cycle of Poverty in 1% at a time. And folks, we've done that, and we're very proud of this. Now, a little bit about the company is the company began in 1997 in Gatineau, Quebec, Canada. This is where I met Joel. This is where I started using his services. It was a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And then recently, as Tammy shared, about 3 years ago, Joel gave us a call and says, hey, you should look at a cloud storage service. And that's when we started to, kind of moving forward with it. But the fact is, at the time when I first met Joel, I remember him telling me that we're moving to the US. I was a little shocked, right? I didn't expect that. I just started using his program. He says, oh, does that mean I have to find someone else to host my server, my website? He says, no. Everything remains the same as far as you're concerned. We're just moving to Texas. And he moved into a 10,000 square feet data center. I remember him showing me the pictures of the building as it was being put together. It's really, really interesting. And today, there's only a small portion of that building is being utilized for the cloud service. So imagine as we start expanding and expanding. So instead of me kind of blabbing around about how this is all to be or came to be, let me introduce you to Joel Thierry, who's going to share a little video about what's going on behind the scene. Let's check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're going to do is we're going to take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I want to explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm going to code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So as you can see, folks, we have a wonderful, wonderful product line here that is very, very secure. And let's kind of talk about the basic trends. This is something very important. If you happen to be an investor or if you're trying to plan for your future, what better way to consider a business model that we know will be there for the long term, considering the need of people's, what people need on a daily basis. So if you look at all of this, you're looking at the first trend. So Tammy, let's talk about this one.
Yeah, this was a huge factor for us because we've always built internationally, and everybody's got devices. No matter where you go in the world, everybody's on devices. People are filling them up quicker and quicker and quicker, and they fear losing their stuff, so they pay to make sure that their data is secure. So that's why this is an absolute huge trend. More today than ever. Yeah,
Agreed.
and you can see right here.
and to back that up exactly, from 2011 to 2025, we went from 6% to 64% in data traffic. This is really serious. This is the amount of people right now that are realizing that, hey, I should make use of that phone. And today it's our wallet, it's our calendar, it's our map, it's everything. And the other thing too is when you look at the business aspect of things, as far as cloud storage from 2022 to 2030, we're looking for $9 billion or just over in 2022, and they're predicting close to $500 billion in 2023. So when I talk about trends, here's an indicator that it's a good place to spend some time and to be part of a venture like this, to take advantage of this massive trend. This is absolutely massive. And here's the reason why.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, there's so many things we can do on our devices, but what's really exciting, which brings a global perspective to every single one of you, is everybody's got phones, everybody's got devices internationally. It's an opportunity to build a business right from a phone. And people are searching to make money. So many people are searching for opportunity right now. So it's absolutely massive. We use our devices for everything. We have them literally attached to our hips. I'm always searching around to see where my phone is.
Yeah, I know. And the data loss is also a growing concern, folks, because you kind of have to be responsible. When I say kind of, you should really be responsible when it comes to your precious data, because we don't have these 8x5 cards that we used to print pictures on, that we used to exchange, that we saw our parents sharing, and we did. And as Tammy and I grew up, today, if you lose your phone, everything, decades of your life, if it's not backed up into some kind of an insurance policy cloud service, then the data is lost. Okay, so we're looking at these numbers here where 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phones, and in results might have lost their data. And that is significant. 5,700 screen cracked every hour. And I know these numbers have changed because we did this presentation about 2.5 years ago. So we understand that the numbers are probably getting worse because more and more people are utilizing their services. Laptops, cell phones stolen every 43 seconds. I bet you now it's every 10 seconds, right? So especially today, what's going on with the economy. So it's quite serious. Here's another message that's quite irritating that I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah. These are great conversations to have with people because everybody gets these annoying messages and they have no choice. They have to do a cleanup, and most people are just so busy today. They don't want to take the time to do it. Plus, who wants to get rid of memories, right? So anyways, you have no choice. You either get rid of your stuff, or at least a majority of stuff that you need to get rid of based on your plan, or you pay more. So we're going to show you something where you don't have to get rid of anything. And oh my God, you can back up everything and still have space to spare.
Totally agreed. And the second trend here, folks, is making money on the side. This is a big trend right now. 42% of Americans have side businesses. 60% of Gen Z have side businesses. I know my kids do. What about the rest of the world? The new generation, folks, this is massive. This is what our kids are looking for at the moment because it's convenient and it can work in their own terms. So you can leverage from these global trends with GotBackup. So from there, we're going to cover a series of products that are available for you, and then you can choose what you want to pick. Now, let's talk about the cloud storage, Tammy.
Yeah, well, I just want to briefly talk about these other tools because when we first heard about, obviously, GotBackup, we were already aware of some of the marketing tools that Joel had. And Chris was like, why don't you just bring it all together? And this is, you know, conversations that we've had over time. And so GotBackup Pro is another way to come in at obviously a higher level. We'll explain that to you, but you're going to have the tools that you need to build online, and you can market these tools to make extra money and generate leads. And how many times are people saying, well, I don't have enough people to talk to, I don't have enough leads? It's absolutely huge. So this is a basic plan. So they didn't have the pro plan when Chris and I first started. Of course, we're pro members now. And then so when we got started, they were talking about 6 terabytes of data storage. And on your account, on your business account, you can add 5 additional what they call sub accounts. And so you have yourself plus 5 additional people, unlimited devices, all of this for $10 a month. It's actually $9.97. It's absolutely huge. And imagine all the families that you know in your community that have kids. Imagine how much money they're paying and everybody else is paying. If they knew about this, they'd be all over it.
I totally agree. And here's when Tammy talk about the pro package, this is not what the cost for you is. This is the perceived market value of, for example, VTubers, like your own YouTube channel. You can store all your videos that you can market online. You can create courses with all that stuff, which Tammy and I have done. Testimonial generator. You know, today social proof is so important. Now you got a tool, you can send a link to anybody you want, and you can start creating a quick little video on their cell phone, their computer, whatever, and it's going to be automatically sent to you the moment you record this on the link that you provide with the testimonial generator. Memory place. This is awesome. Tammy and I have been traveling, and there were family members with us. And the fact is, we each have our own cell phones. We each took some pictures from different angles. And Tammy created a memory place that we were able to upload all our pictures. There was about 350 pictures that we took in the week that we were there all together. And then we were able to share all of this among each other. Email marketing platform. When Tammy talked about building your business online, you need a system where you can communicate with people that you've met. Maybe they're not interested today, maybe it'll be tomorrow, but you can stay in touch with them to make sure that you get the next best information that might be shared by the company to encourage them to, hey, did you check this out? Did you want to check this out? And that way you can keep your lifeline active with this email program. And the funnel page builder, really what you're using this for is, you'll notice at the end, I'm going to show you some pages that are done for you the moment you sign up with GotBackup. And all you need to do is share these links with your social network, anybody you want, and it's all done for you. But what if you want to have your own video? What if you want to translate it in different language? What if you want to point it to a different series of emails that you would like to produce yourself? So that can give you the opportunity to host all that. And each of those tools, they each come with a capture page. A capture page, it's a website that's designed for you by default the moment you're a member with GotBackup, that you can send to everybody, and then they can click on it. You can turn around and just promote the memory place, the SendShark, which is the email marketing, the generator, the VTuber, which is the YouTube version, and so forth. So all of these pages, you can send links and promote them individually, which is awesome. This is the thing about when Tammy talk about GVO, the parent company. Well, they own all these different divisions, and GotBackup can pay you for promoting all of these things. It's not awesome. And the fact is, it's absolutely true. Now, the pictures you're seeing, I'm going to share with you now, are pictures that's been there for a while. But just today, I've seen new sapphire, new emeralds, new golds. But here's an example over here. These are people, for example, these are the diamonds and above, okay? So the double, triple, and blue diamond are here. And then we have the diamonds over here, and they're not all here. I just grabbed a few of them just to show you an example of the diamonds that are currently there. We have the rubies, which is just before the diamonds. And I know there's a new ruby that's popping in. They need to be added on in here. We have here emeralds, a regular basis that keep progressing in different parts of the world. Really, really, really awesome. We have sapphires over here. Again, it's another really awesome group as you just get more money as you start moving up in rank. And what we're going to do right now, we just want to share with you a little bit of the income strategy and how you can get paid for providing a product that everyone needs, that everybody can afford. So we'll cover the first 3, and then I'll just kind of summarize the other 4, 5, 6, and 7 later on. So Tammy, let's start with the new acquisition bonus, the CAB, that you get paid the moment someone enrolls.
Yeah. So, like Chris said, you're going to see at the end links that you have available that you send to people. They click on the links, and if they join, they'll either come in with a family plan or they come in as with the pro plan. And if they sign up with the family plan and they pay monthly, then you're going to get 200% up front. So you can see the $9.97 rounded off to $10, you get 200%, you're going to make $20. Every single person that would do that. 50% if they pay a year up front, and you're going to save a couple months of payments. 25% on anything that Joel throws out there that is over and above what you see here. And the pro plan, that's when it got really, really exciting. So if somebody signs up immediately on a pro plan, then you get $200. The person who brought you in gets 50, and the person who brought them in gets 50. And the reason that Joel did that is he wanted to encourage guidance and support. And so that gives them incentives to spend time with the people. And you can see the bottom 25% ongoing. That's for customers only. So Chris, I just want to share, a simple explanation here to make it really, really easy. Let's say you had 20 and 20 people who signed up yearly. You're going to make $1,000 in commission if you had 20. And if you had 20 customers, ongoing 25%, you're going to make $50 every month in commission. If you had 20 people that signed up as a pro member, you're going to make 200 times 20, $4,000 in commission. I don't know about you, but that's a nice bonus to get this word out there on becoming pro members. And the value that you get is unbelievable. And then another example, if they wanted to be pro members, but they don't want to become a member itself, they just want to be a customer, which I'm sure not many people do that. They want to earn, right? So it's $100 ongoing in commission if you had 20 people who just want to use the tools.
So now, following Tammy's explanation, when people get involved, okay, where do you put them in a business? Well, we have a 2-team structure. There's a left team and a right team, okay? So because I'm facing you, I might be reversible. You know what I'm talking about. So when you see indirect, well, it's someone above you that happens to be putting someone underneath you, not because they know you or they want to help you, and they may, but really it's because there's only 2 places to sponsor. And there's people bringing hundreds of people at a time. But the bottom line, 1 left, 1 right, the third person has to go underneath either the right or left. That's as simple as that. That's how you place people in your business. Now, how do you earn from there? Well, this is the second way we earn. And there's 2 tiers, tier 1, tier 2. The tier 1 and 2 is just different based on your rank. When you become a platinum and above, you get tier 2. Anywhere you're below platinum, you're a tier 1. And I'll cover that in a minute when we go to the ranks. Number 1, you be active. So Itemi mentioned here, you do the initial purchase and you pay monthly. You're active, you remain active, and that's on. Number 2, you need to sponsor 2 people, 1 on your left team, 1 on your right team. That's stepping 2. That's step number 2. Number 3, to earn a cycle, the system needs to see there's 6 people in your business, which can be combined of you bringing 6 from the 2 that might have got to a total of 6, or it could be also combined with someone above you that could be putting someone underneath you just because it happens to be in a line of sponsorship. That's why often when you see the marketing is we'll build your downline for you. Really what it means is based on the system and who brings you in, some people may end up underneath you, and many of you have seen that. Now, my question to you is, okay, how much is a cycle? Well, it's based on the company's profitability, and I mentioned earlier, it is based on your rank. If you rank on a certain level, it's tier 1. If you rank another level and up, it's tier 2. You just make more money for the exact same team. So my question is, how many cycles do you want? Well, this is how many group of 6 that you have. In other words, a ratio of 4 on one side and 2 on the other. Every time you calculate that, then it's another cycle, another cycle, another cycle, another cycle, okay? So the key is eventually people will be cycling tens of thousands of times over time. That's the goal over here. The third way you earn is called matching cycle. Okay, let me rephrase that. The cycle match bonus. I'll say the way it's spelled here. So you earn 25% from every person you brought in. You know, when Tammy mentioned you can bring in up to 20 people, for example. Well, if these 20 did work, whatever their team has produced in their cycles, right? You're not going to make $1,000. What I'm saying is that's the maximum you can make from one person when you reach a sad fire. If you have 20 people and you each earn $1,000, you understand that's 25%. But the key is when you move up in rank, the amount double all the way up to $20,000. Am I saying you're going to make that? No. What I'm saying is that's the ladder of possibilities based on each individual you bring in and based on the organization that they build. Okay, so it's a very fair compensation plan that pays very well. The other four, as you move up in rank, these bonuses kicks in into your income, and it's directly deposited into your bank account through an automatic payment system that GotBackup has that can pay people from all over the world, because it's done through the digital system. There's even crypto. You can come in crypto, but they usually pay in US dollars, which is really, really, really awesome. And of course, wherever country you are, then of course the conversion, it's a bonus for you, as it is for me, for example, in Tammy in Canada. Now, Tammy, let's talk
if all of this went over your head, don't worry about it. You're going to get paid.
Tammy, everybody got it. Everybody got it. It's so simple. So
exactly.
let's talk about the duplication.
It really is. And there's a chart that explains it. It is really a simple system. And so get started. So if you're evaluating it for the first time, get yourself positioned and then start sharing your links. You'll see that in your back office. Chris is going to show you the information on how to do that. And then you bring one left, one right. And then as you get more people signing up, you go left, right, and then you duplicate that. It's so simple to do this.
I totally agree. So the fact here is, how do you get started? Well, it's $20 a year, not a month, $20 a year to be in business. From that point on, now you choose the package you want. So you can pay the $100 a month. On the left-hand side is the family pack. That's the cloud storage that we talked about. If you want to have all the bells and whistles, in other words, all the tools to build your business, instead of paying $10 a month, it's $20 a month. But what's happening here is the first year, to have access to everything, it's $499.97. The following year after that, you just pay your $20 a month, your $19.97, or $199.97 for the year. Okay, the $499, you pay that one time. In the enterprise, that's for someone that are looking for 20 terabyte, which is a lot. And these are people with maybe enterprise businesses and they want to share a drive with their employees. That's, again, their options. Okay, so this is how we get started.
Yeah, and you can see here 165 countries. This was number 165, the Solomon Islands. Never been there. We've traveled a lot in the world, and there's so many places we still haven't been to. But the best part is you can build a business, especially online. There's no limit, right? So you can build a business online, go to sleep, and you wake up the next day and somebody's working while you're sleeping. 24 hours. I'm telling you, you can really massively build this if you get yourself out there and start sharing your links.
Understatement. Hey, people, listen. Babies cry for it and adults die for it. What is it called? Recognition. But in GotBackup, you get paid more money as you move up in rank. As a bronze, you sponsor one person. Is that simple enough? Sure. Number two, you become a copper. How does that happen? You sponsor one on your left, one on the right. Boom, you're a copper. Then you're asking yourself, okay, what do I need to do to be successful in this business? Producing coppers. You become a copper first, and every single member in your business become copper. Now you're duplicating. You become a silver when one person in your team is a copper. Isn't that awesome? Okay? Now, you become a gold when you sponsor 5 people in your business, and 3 of them are coppers. Do you get what's going on here? It's all about duplication. There's other little qualification, but they tend to be met by default just by making sure that everybody produce coppers. Now, when you become a gold, you know that your rank is number 1, number 2, number 3. Now you start getting number 4. Okay. Now, as platinum, you still get 1, 2, 3, 4, but here's a change. From tier 1 to tier 2, you're making more money for the exact same team in a cycle bonus. But this time you need to have 10 people in your business and 4 of them are copper. You get what's going on here? Now, when you become a sapphire, you still have the same 10. As long as you maintain those 10, the only difference between the platinum and sapphire and other little qualifications that are kind of met by default by doing these things, you need 5 people that are copper. You see what's going on? 1 copper, 3 copper, 4 copper, 5 coppers. This is the duplication process. And as sapphire, you start earning matching cycle. So one time we talk about these 20 people you bring in, I was telling you that as a sapphire, you can earn 25% up to 1,000. Well, all the way up to 20,000. Well, this is for everybody you bring into the business. This is cool. This go all the way up to Black Diamond, folks. Absolutely awesome. Let's talk about support.
Yeah, plenty of support. So you've got your personalized referral link, you got your landing page, you got your email marketing system built in, you've got marketing tools, different languages, regular online presentations. For example, this is a regular Wednesday night presentation. We have teams that are doing presentations, different countries, different languages. It's awesome. And then there's team trainings that we do on Saturdays for the company. And Joel pops in there and makes announcements from time to time, which is really, really exciting to see him. And yeah, so you got everything available right here. And Chris is going to walk you through some of the fun stuff.
Absolutely. So right now, let's talk about what it looks like in the back office. You become a member of GotBackup. You can see I'm a pro member over here. You can see the rank. You can see the support over here. I'm not going to go through that today. We do that on our Saturday trainings. And now you go to use this tool. So someone say, okay, what do I need to do now? How do I install this stuff? You need to click this button and then it will take you to this page. You can see here, I need to get rid of some stuff because I have a lot of video I was working on and they're all going on the cloud automatically. So they don't need to all be there because I keep them somewhere else. But the thing is, it's doing its job. Whatever I have on my computer, it shoots it right up to the cloud. Okay. Now, these are the software over here, Windows and Mac. Okay. You install these software and then what's going to happen is you're going to have a program like this. It's going to be installed, and all you need to do is back up. You can see here up April 8th at almost 8 o'clock, there was a recent backup here, and these are all the files that are backed up on the cloud. Isn't that awesome? Automatic. Don't have to do anything. The system does it all for me. This is for the mobile devices. You don't need to log in to access this. Just go to the Apple Store or to Google Play Store, search for GotBackup, install it, and then when it asks you to log in with the same credential that you did to come here. And then I suggest you watch this video because they give you some tips to make sure that to accelerate the speed. Remember, folks, this is not like a local drive beside your phone. This is going across the world or depending across a country. So you can understand if you have 70,000 picture and 4K pictures and videos, it's going to take a bit of time for the first upload. But then after that, it does a really good job in maintaining that on a regular basis. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Really, really cool. If you click on the auto login over here, it's going to take you to your cloud. By the way, you can go there directly by typing GBU cloud. Okay. It'll take you. These are my 3 computers that are backed up. This is the one that I'm talking you through right now. The one that's the reason why it's at 90-some%. Now, if I click on show my file, I go to user. This is me. This is my root directory. All my movies, everything that I do on my computer, it's constantly uploaded on the cloud. Nice and simple. Okay. I go to my desktop over here and I have all the pictures that are here that I can share with the world. Okay. But to share this with the world, I need to right click on that and I need to copy this into my collaborate folder. So what's going to happen when you click on this, it's going to bring them right over here. And if you look, for example, under this over here, these are, I can collaborate. You see now all these links, I can share this with the world. Okay. Really, really awesome. Now, the other thing is if you want to check my mobile stuff, you click on here. This is my phone. And you can see here in 2025, I have the 12 calendar month over here. And if I go in 2026, now we're in April, my directory was created automatically. You just have to make sure that GotBackup is running on your phone. And sometimes Apples tend to put apps on the background. It's good to bring it up and make sure that things happen on a regular basis. You click on that and all my pictures are there. Really, really, really cool. Okay. So from there, this is my phone. And let's go back here. I think I've covered everything I needed to cover over here. Okay. Now, here's the other important thing. The next thing is you need to promote your business. Okay. You go to Reseller Tools in English, in this case. I will go here. I clicked on this in advance to speed up the process. And these are all the pages that are done for you. Someone that wants to sign up today, send them this one. All they need to do is click buy. Send them this one. You're going to keep them informed, and you're going to end up on your list and start receiving emails if you've populated the email program that the company offers. These are different links that are available for Google Ads, or, for example, the presentation we're doing tonight. That's the link that you need to click on. You'll take advantage of the presentations on Wednesday, the Saturdays, and so forth. And down here, someone wants to try it for 7 days. They're very skeptical. They don't believe in anything, and that's totally cool. Now, you can try. This talks about the opportunity and the product. This one, just the product. This is the person is not too into the opportunity. You can focus on the product only. And then from there, this is people that are interested in the opportunity, the business. This one over here is for someone who's a little bit more skeptical, the network marketing aspect of things. There's a little bit of a back office there where you can learn things, okay? Really, really cool. All of that, it's available. And then from there, you can see GotBackup, a testimonial generator, memory place, the autoresponder, that's your email program, the VDuber here, the lead capture system. This is how you can communicate with all the leads that came from all these capture pages that are over here. Isn't that awesome? You got here all of your business information over here to check your money, where do you want it, you can hear internal wallet. If, let's say, someone does not have a credit card, you can pay you cash. You can put it on your credit card, and you can create a link and use the money they gave you to generate their account, and all they need to do is activate it. I wouldn't do that for the monthly payers. I would do that for the yearly payers. I would recommend to make sure you connect to the group, the Facebook group, social media, really important. And the MicroMax, I'm not going to talk about this tonight, but this is an automatic system that promotes your business automatically to your social media platforms. And the video coaching is the extra coaching that Tammy and I and Joel provide to give you some extra details in the GotBackup world. So this is it. This is how this works, folks. So at the end of the day, what's important to understand is we have a product that everyone needs in a business that everyone can afford. It's that simple. So, folks, listen, Tammy and I want to thank you for joining us this evening. Every Wednesday evening, we have a presentation that we do, and every Saturday, we do a trainings. On Saturday, we're going to be doing a really important training. It's going to be on following up and third-party credibility. You do not want to miss Saturday, because that's where the money is made. So, Tammy, any last words you want to share as we end?
Yeah, so if you're evaluating it for the first time, hopped on the channel or invited by somebody, definitely get yourself positioned. I mean, the timing couldn't be better, and we're really flying with this, and everybody's using it anyways, right? So everybody's looking for value. Families would love to hear about 6 terabytes for $10. So yeah, just hop on board and you'll learn in the process.
I love the automation. There's a lot of automation with GotBackup. My business being promoted automatically with the MicroMax, and I have my cloud that's automatically going. It's awesome, folks. Take advantage of it. Don't waste your time in procrastinating. It's $10 a month. Do it, and you have a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't like it. Have a great evening, folks, and thank you so much for attending. And thank you for the wonderful feedback you share here this evening. Really appreciate you. Bye for now.
Take care. Have a good night.